Hello, everyone. This is Becca Victoria. I am a clinical hypnotherapist, RTT practitioner, NTT coach, therapist, and practitioner. Welcome to Embodied Shift. John and I explore real change where subconscious healing meets higher guidance.
Hi everyone, I'm Jonah. I'm an intuitive coach, and my work is about remembering who you are and trusting your inner knowing. And our question for today is, at what point did you realize that inner work actually changed how you look and how you felt?
Did it ha ever happen to you when people would say, you look different, right? And like, what are you doing? Is it the product? Are you using different products or whatever? It's always the first question they would ask. The thing is, it's not any of the products that we're using. It's not about creams that we have piled in our bathroom, right? It's the something inside change. And this is very, as we age, and we did the inner healing, the inner work, that change, when people ask you, you look different, right? Because they can feel the difference. It's not only the look that, you look beautiful, you look glowing, or you have that glow, right? It's because of the inner energy that that exudes from within. So it's amazing where we can just, once we did that inner work ourselves, it's beautiful to when it feels good. It feels good when people give us, say something like, what did you do, right? And again, you mentioned this from our previous video, because it shows in your eyes, right? It shows that heaviness that you've been carrying, it's gone, right? When we do this work within, then just everything just goes away. And I think you probably have some experiences
Yeah,
that
so when was the
resonate.
time where you actually felt it in your point in your life where you felt better about yourself?
It
There like an
started.
age or just it just happened one day?
No, it's after I wish it did. No, it happened when I went through some healing. This is, I would say, it's actually pretty. It's recently, maybe five years ago. But now I can see it even. I can feel it even more. I did start the healing process 6 years ago, but I can feel it more recently. I felt different. I feel different. I look different, right? And yeah, it's I like that question because I never even thought about that. I know I did the work 5, 6 years ago, but now I think I'm getting the result from that. I can see it now. So and what about you, Joanna? When did you really feel that change or
I think for me, it's very, very recent, maybe about just 4 years ago, that I've really more so embodied that change of what I feel about myself, how I feel about myself. And I didn't even know that I wasn't loving myself too much or I wasn't confident enough because, even actually I have funny stories about this. So when I was younger, much younger than now, I always felt like when I'm being complimented, I say thank you because it's a good thing to say, but I haven't really felt it in my bones. Like I didn't feel it like me in my soul or in my spirit. It was just a good thing to say when someone tells you you're beautiful. Oh, thank you. And that's how I felt, but I didn't really feel it inside of me. And I really pretty much live my life that way to the point where, like I've kind of felt not so uncomfortable, but I just didn't own it when I'm being complimented. And so one time, I was in a restaurant and I had people with me, and I was being complimented for my skin and how pretty I am. And my reaction was because I just had a facial and I didn't have anything on, like not even a probably a sunscreen, and and I was like, oh, thank you, but I don't have makeup on. And it felt kind of stupid after I've said it because it felt like, and I was teased for that for like years and years whenever I'm in public and they would say, "Hey, you're so pretty." And then my friends would be like, and she doesn't have her makeup on. It became a joke. And now I could really share this to everybody because that that's what I felt about myself before. You would compliment me, I would say thank you, but I never really embodied it. And so about 4 years ago, doing my exercises, really being honest with me and talking to myself. And I do mirror exercises sometimes, not very often, but I do them and they're very effective. And I looked myself in the eye and I told myself, "You're beautiful." Before I would do those exercises and just it felt good, but really nothing. It wasn't like but this time I had tears in my eyes
Oh.
because finally I saw my own beauty that
Mhm.
I've never really known. So it's a part of remembering who you are. And it's so powerful. It's very life-changing for me. And now before I was in my 20s, in my 30s, I have a six pack. I trained all the time because I did a competition. And I never even like took pictures of myself. I've never really celebrated myself in that way because for me, it was just the things that I did unknowingly, not really knowing, like loving myself too much to even admire myself.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's a lovely story, and thanks for sharing that. What I've noticed, what I've seen in my practice, when my clients stop bracing for the worst, this is, the stress, right? When they feel depressed, when they stop bracing for the worst, that constant tension in our body, like our shoulder is tight, our jaw is, it's tight, our chest. And then when they start to release those tensions and that relax, feeling relaxed is so beautiful to see that from them. And these are just the things that when we have this heaviness in us sometimes, right? We can see it in our eyes. We can see it the way we walk. We can see it the way we talk to people, and you cannot hide those, right? The anger, the sadness that we are swallowing every day. It's exhausting to our body. So we have to release those. And once it's processed, right? When it's processed, it is so beautiful with my clients when they say, "Oh, I feel great. I feel happy." And for me, as a therapist, it's hard not to feel that for them as well. Sometimes I cry with them. It's because it's amazing. So we just have to process those emotions and release those negative energy. And it's like when you do that, it feels like you just released that backpack that you don't know you're carrying all your life. So and we start sleeping differently, right? And we don't even have to worry about what's gonna happen tomorrow because we're okay inside.
Yeah, it's once you make a decision, once you're being aware, you have to be aware. Like, am I like aging? Like, and you could tell, like, we have our moments where it's like, oh my gosh, like I feel like I've aged like
Mm,
very quickly, right? And so when you notice that, be aware of what's happening in your life. What choices are you making? What are you always thinking about?
mm.
What have you been doing? Just really notice all of those and have fun with it and do an experiment and start making small choices. I mean, even just buying a lipstick, or going to a store and just trying a lipstick on, just something new, something that you haven't done for yourself before. Because once it's a part of healing to do a release. And once you do a release, you want to embody that release. You don't want to stay stuck of just always just we always have to release because everything is energy. But the more that we release things, it gets easier and easier to release them. You're always going to have negativities, and it's a daily work to always release them. And it's amazing to even just do something different that you haven't done before to take you out of that energy.
I
And
like what you oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I like what you said. Just have fun with it. It's funny you said that because I have this like daily thing that I get from this person who sent email like, okay, that's like word of the day or whatever it is, and then he said, what if you just have fun whatever is throwing at you, what if you just have fun with that? What if you just make it exciting, interesting?
Mhm.
So I thought about that today, right? Waking up, it's like, oh, what if I just have fun with life? What if I just have fun with whatever it is that I'm going through, right? What if I just fun with? I like that.
Yeah, we're so serious in our ways, in our energies. And happiness, fun is really getting us into alignment. We really feel like we have to like do amazing, like big steps to get to our healing, but that's not always the case. Healing really starts from within, really getting to know yourself, exploring more things in life. It doesn't have to be difficult. It's a change of focus. It's a change of your story and just having fun with your new story and really experimenting with it.
I like that. And, you can't really fake that kind of glow, right? You can put lots of glowing products, but you cannot fake that genuine glow, right? So I think just being genuine about yourself, about and be in having that peace with yourself, that truthfulness, the like I said, that being true to yourself, that's that will go far.
Yes, and authenticity is beautiful. And I just want to remind everybody that you don't have to be always in a high frequency to be viewed as having a beautiful energy. Actually, if you have an authentic energy, people will open their hearts to you. You know, as long as you're staying in the core and an energy of love and being authentic to who you are in the present moment, especially now we're becoming more evolved in our energies, the
Mm,
way that we function, and people are able to connect more. Once they see that authenticity in you,
mm.
you can never really fake sincerity, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
if it's coming from your heart, it's coming from as long as you're being very authentic, they're gonna see you as beautiful, as a beautiful soul.
Yeah, that is so true because and that authenticity radiates, isn't it? And really just those little things. Find little things that makes us happy. Like you said, you don't have to feel that higher frequency, high vibration. We don't have to feel like, oh, you have to perform every time, right? You have to be this and that because otherwise, I mean, we're human, obviously, that we don't have to we feel these emotions and that's okay. So I think for me, the last thing that I would like to share is we should stop feeling like we have to perform being okay because that's not being authentic. That's not being genuine. That's not, and people can sense that, right? So just have that authenticity and then that's being genuine of how you're feeling and things gonna start you will see that things are gonna you can see things that's it's getting better, it's getting you're feeling more happier every time.
And for me, my suggestion would be have that honest conversation with yourself and celebrate yourself more. So then you could really be your true self. And once it starts showing up inside of you, it's gonna start showing up, in your life. And you could just be happy and you could make a choice to be happy.
Very good. Well, thank you all so much for joining us today.
Till next time, guys, thank you so much. And please do subscribe. We would really appreciate it. Let's all shift together. Thank you.